All right, you ready to get into it?
You are ready.
All right, let's go.
Let's go.
Everything conceivable.
Turn that shit up, this big face beats.
MJ shit though, right?
Yeah.
We'll talk about it in the studio with the Red Boys though. It's showtime.
The hottest DJ
We're ready to let the horns go, right? Okay, look. I try to tell them nobody do it like these guys, so I'll explain it with La Sicaria. Two languages so y'all could get hit both ways.
Hit for the heat.
So we don't care if you throw shade. The Red Boys got it locked again. I'm talking the hottest guests, independent artists to the executive gems.
En la calle con el show número uno. Poniendo la presión como el sumo de los miércoles.
That's every Wednesday at 7. We're independent from past to present to future. Don't let me lose you, the show is fire.
Get wreck o get wreck, el mundo se prepare. Estamos internacional, nadie que se compare.
And they throw you the trivia, so you gotta be sharp. Chris think he know it all, so beat him and you quiet as ball.
En estaciones FM, YouTube and Facebook Live. Yeah, DJ Shot and Mr. Catch, thank you for watching.
Wreck Boys.
What's AKA Catch the Wreck?
And DJ Wreck Boy Shaq.
So, Wreck Boys? Nigga, I love you. You in my heart every day, motherfucker.
Wreck Boys.
The Wreck Boys.
Wreck Boys.
Wreck Boys. I'm tapping with my guys, the Wreck Boys. You should tap in too.
In the studio, we're catching red.
What's shaking, my peoples? You already know what it is. DJ Wreck Boy Shot, Mr. Catch Wreck. We are the Wreck Boys, and happy hump day. What's up, man? You already know what it is, man. What's happening?
You're ready, man. Glad to be back another week. Excited about
buddy.
the end of the month at this point. What's good with you, though? How's everything?
I'm chilling, man. I'm chilling. Hold on. Let's get to where we need to get to get into. If that makes any sense. I ain't. I'm hyped. I rolled the whole blunt before the intro went off.
I know you got a lot of shit.
Yo, I do. I have
month.
I have so many that I couldn't load them all in.
Yeah.
They only take 10. No. They only take 10, and it's like, now I'm looking like, damn, which ones do I don't want to do? Some of them are gonna go by quick, but we gonna run through them. But what's up, man? How you feeling, man? Happy hump day, man.
Yeah, like I said, blessed, man. Glad to be back. You know what I mean? Excited. Next week, though, we got a dope interview in the studio with the Red Boys. We got Just the B-Hat, the Bounty Hunter nephew coming on. He got some new music in that out.
Got you. That's on the 1st?
Yeah.
Got you. I think he might have printed the wrong date. Did it? I think he put the 7th or the 8th. I don't know. I want to start.
Oh yeah, now he's right. Yeah, he's right.
Yeah,
he's right.
All right.
That's
I don't want to start no
trouble. Yeah, no, he's right.
I don't want to
on the first we got Subservice. That's gonna be super dope.
That is gonna be super dope because we haven't spoken to Son in a minute. And the last time we were talking to him, he was at a cigar bar, Harley out,
right,
big boy riding. Yeah, nah. So we definitely got to catch up with him. It's about to be bike season again. You got your bike out? You ready?
Yeah, it's right here.
Stop, my nigga. We're broadcasted from New York, nigga. So
these dudes out here, man, they ride all the time.
All year round, right?
Yeah, it's because of the weather, but it rain and all that shit, they be on their bikes, not me.
Right.
Not me. It be hot. I'm not getting on them. You know what I mean? Like, it should be crazy. That should be a sauna, man.
Got you. You got anything that you want to jump into first? Because I know you. There's nothing on your mind that you might want to get out the way before.
Nah, see what you got.
Okay.
Man.
All right. Well, you already know what it is. DJ Wreck Boy Shot, Mr. Catch Wreck. If you guys are tuned in, hit the comments. Let us know what topics you want us to talk about. We got a few lined up, but let's get into it. All right. The first one is, we spoke about this earlier during the month with Javinci. And yeah, when we were talking about Travis Scott, Killer Mike, Young Thug, T.I., and other rappers testify in Supreme Court case about the lyrics being used.
Okay.
Your thoughts?
No, that's super dope. I think that you know what I mean because it's one, it's freedom of speech, right? Like
Right,
you should
right.
be able to say some shit, and I don't know. I guess there's some lines in that shit too, though. If you really think, you know what I mean? It's more than just it's layers.
Yeah, there's definitely a situation where you want to have freedom of speech. That's first and foremost. But at the same time, you don't want you got to be smart enough to not implicate yourself in crimes too.
Right, right.
You get what I'm saying? So, at this point, you know, you got to know better to do better. And you can't expect people who want to see you not succeed help you, if that makes any sense. You get what I'm saying? Like they're gonna use everything in their power against you. So why give them more ammunition? That's just my thoughts on it. How you feel about it?
Nah, it's dope that they speaking up. I feel the exact same way you feel. You did some shit you shouldn't be talking about it. You know what I mean? And then I don't know. It's weird, man, because you should. I don't know. Especially like let's keep it a buck. This whole dirt shit. Now that the shit is starting to move forward, there's holes in these stories. You know what I mean? Like think about it. By the time we hear the music, that shit could have been years from when it was made. Then you trying to correlate to some shit that might have just happened because you just heard it in the song and you're like, yo, damn, hold on. And it sounds. I'm not saying that's the case, but I'm saying that's how it could be perceived. You know what I'm saying?
Nah, I get that, but what happens when it's too much of a coincidence? I don't
Then,
want to say the
then
rap
you're a fucking
purposely.
idiot.
All right. Okay, no, I just wanted to make sure we was on the same page. Make
Right.
sure you wasn't
You're a
giving nobody
fucking
no
idiot.
pass.
You shouldn't be telling on yourself, but in the same time, like real talk, let's think about it, like with this music shit. A lot of these artists take a lot of time for these songs to come out. You know what I mean? So some of it really is older that
Absolutely.
can relate to some shit.
Mm. We gotta do some. Well, I gotta do some research to find out. Are they
Or
using it just for high profile cases?
yeah, you gotta do some research. Or the
Yeah, you
statute
get
of
what I'm saying?
limitation ain't up on what you talk about. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah. Yeah, no, that too. But like I know some independent artists that they rap their actual crimes. They haven't gotten caught, but I don't know how much are they checking for on a smaller level, if that makes sense. I don't know. But kudos to those guys who are speaking up about it. Let us know what you think. Should they? Do you think it's fair? Do you think, there's a certain point, like me and Chris said? Okay. What do you think? They all stupid times. Yo, Damien, listen. I need to know the hours. We're gonna pull up. Me and the wifey. I want to go check the shop. I gotta put a good luck dollar on the wall for him. You know. That's baby bro. So I gotta make sure I go check him. It sucks that I've waited so long, but doing everything. But I just came up. I was just talking about it with Mel. Shout out to Mel. And I was like, nah, me and wifey gonna take a trip down there to surprise him. But I want to know the hours. I want to make sure he's there and he's available so we can chop it up. But time, let me know. Hit the wife. Hit me.
That's growth.
Nah, I want him to win. You get what I'm saying? Like that's
That ain't
homie,
no, I'm not. We don't got.
yeah.
I'm just
Yeah, I
saying
mean, but
it's
that's
growth. Yeah, it's growth.
absolutely.
All right, what you got next?
All right, let's get into it. Let me see.
You
What do you
see,
think?
we blessed and highly favored over here.
Always.
You know what I mean? Always.
Always.
So,
all right, let me think. Let me see what you think. Rolling Stones crowns Confessions Part 2, greatest R&B song of the 21st century.
Ooh,
how you
that
feel
was a
about
hit,
that?
Though. That was a hit. I can't front. That was a hit. It
Ah,
broke my heart later to find out that it wasn't him writing and all that. You know what I mean?
Right?
But that son, when that joint came out, yeah, that was.
Do you think it's the best R&B song?
For the century, that's hard to say. Yeah,
that's what I'm saying. Like you're going,
what other ones can you think about at that time though? We got to think century though. That's the hard part about it, right?
No, we going from from 1990. Yeah, we going century.
Century, yeah.
All right.
2000.
Yeah, but Yeah, no, but the 21st is anything from 2000 to 2010.
Right.
Right.
Think about it. What R&B
All right.
artists was out? I mean, you got the Marions, you got who else was out? Chris Brown. You know what I mean? Like,
Nah,
but for
Chris
that
Brown got some
song,
joints. Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
Chris Brown got some. I think Chris Brown should do the Super Bowl. I think I said that here already.
Yeah. 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 I no, listen, Confessions is one of my favorite songs, and the album is probably one of the dopest R&B albums of all time. It's definitely top 10. Shout out to Jermaine Dupri, Usher, and the collab in that. But they might have got it right. Right? Rolling Stone might have got it right.
Yeah, that's a hard when you make it that long of a run. You know, the years I'm talking about is hard. But then you did have some, like I said, you got the Mario coming through there, the Chris Brown. Then who else was
Yeah, but we're talking about see, I don't Confessions. R&B song. So all it has to do is be a song. It doesn't have to be anything crazy. But can you think of anything else that was there's been a lot of big hits, R&B
right.
hits. Beyonce got a couple, Chris Brown got a couple. We're talking about over the last between 2000
Wait, you
and
can't forget you got Alicia Keys, you got Rihanna. Like
that's
I
what I'm
looked, I had to
saying.
look it up. Beyonce.
Mhm.
They even got Drake, and that's weird. They got Drake on that. But I could see how it could be. Oh, because they say hip hop and R&B. Yeah, that's crazy. I don't know. That's a tough
Says
one.
those songs ain't reached the magnitude of that song nor album.
That's
Um,
I don't know. When you say Beyonce though in the 21st century though, King, like it's a little different.
I mean, see, the reason why I'm going with this one is because yeah, he went diamond, absolutely. Um, one of my favorite albums of all time is Mary J. Blige, My Life. So if my life would have been in that period, I would have been like, we gonna have to beef, you know. But nah, she falls short a couple years. So yeah, I can't think of one. If you guys are tuned in and can think of a better R&B song between 2000 and 2010 that is better than Confessions Part 2.
Yeah,
Nah, love song is R&B song is tough. I mean, do you consider the Rihanna and Eminem song? Because that definitely did numbers. Yeah, but it doesn't say love. It says Rollies. Hold on. See, this is where the discrepancy comes out. It just says the greatest R&B song of the 21st century. That's where it's like, okay, you complete me. See, that's what I'm saying. There's a lot.
there's a
There's
lot.
there's a lot of songs. This right here would be a good question and have people go back and forth with. We don't have that much time. We both agree. It's
Well, I
one
don't know if
up.
I agree. It's one up.
No,
Yeah.
we're one up. No,
Yeah.
we agreed it is definitely one up.
Yeah.
Oh, Love by Music Soul Child.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
yeah.
it's a big span. Yeah, it's a big span.
Yeah. No.
That's my
There's
shit
a
right
lot.
there too.
There's a lot. What's the joint by Keisha Coles? She got one.
Got a couple.
Yeah, but she got one that hits that the girls just love. You get what I'm saying? But all right, now we both agree on that one, so we could definitely move on from Usher and Confessions Part 2. All right, next one is. Did you see this? Max B says he's down to work with Jim Jones again, but Jim's bars gotta be up.
Yeah.
Thoughts?
I think it's dope. I said this a while ago, man. Like, yo, listen, as older men and what we doing right now, man, we got to start setting some type of standards because what we learned and how we grew up on was bullshit. Bro, you can't be having beef with somebody for 20 years and not do something to them and then consider that shit beef. It's not really beef. It's not that serious then. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah, but some beefs is just better off left where they at. They don't require a get back.
Yeah, that's for that's for regular. What I'm saying is regular people that shit work. But when you out here and you got names and brands and you losing out on money because you trying to be ignorant and stupid and letting your ego get in the way for some shit that happened 20 years ago that you should have took care of it then and there if it was that serious. You know what I mean?
But what if taking care of it was not working, and then taking care of it worked?
And again, I don't know the inside. Just from what I heard, they weren't trying. They were trying to. It was gonna go there. It just never got there. Thank God. You know what I mean? Yeah, some shit happened on occasion. You know what I mean? With one camp, whatever. You know what I mean? But bro, it's where we at right now, man. And I say it all the time. Powers is in numbers.
Right.
It's not that serious. We could get a lot more money together. And people need to realize that. That's like, yo, look what's going on in this world, bro. Like, it's bigger than just the money.
Yeah,
we don't start coming together, man. Some way.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
All money ain't good money.
Nah, for them, they got history. They got history.
Yeah, but
none of them would be where they at without each other. Let's keep it a buck with those two artists.
Nah, I get that, but there's certain things that certain things you're just not gonna go for. You're not gonna go for nobody disrespecting your wife. I'm not going for nobody disrespecting your wife.
That's
just
like
you get what I'm saying?
Shit do be that serious, but this don't seem to be that serious. Like, yo, listen, for me, and this is my experience from not from this situation, just what I know about life. When shit be that serious shit happen. It don't linger. It shit don't last 20 years. Like, like, you know what I mean? Like,
all right, so explain the 50 Cent and Ja Rule thing.
Even enough for me, it's not that serious.
They tried to murder him.
Right now, in this day and age, it's not that. No, bro, like, I don't know where this shit has changed in the streets. The way, yo, if we really got beef, it happened whenever it happened, and then it could be 30 years later. Like, I've never seen no shit like that ever.
You've never seen where somebody was like, yo, we can never be cool because of how you.
Right. But you said they shooting at each other. Like, when it got that serious, somebody died. Something happened. Like, and then
I mean, they tried to, and then they're not like. Ja Rule and 50's whole beef is, and I'm only using that example because we know what, where it's really, where it lies. And some people, like Tom said, when it's fuck you forever for some people. And that doesn't necessarily mean it's right. That I do agree with. You get what I'm saying? But just like I could say that that's not right, I can't say that somebody could be wrong if that was a line where they said, yo, anything other than that, we good. But that
you know what's crazy is, and maybe just because I think different. I said this shit before too. I categorize people. I got multiple friends. Certain friends I do certain shit with. Certain friends I don't do certain shit with. That's like, for me, that's not the right word, categorizing them, but that's just how I can say it in the simplest form. You know what I mean? Like, so yeah, I might have a beef with somebody and the shit may be like, I might not ever do no type of business with them. They might not never be able to come to the crib, but I could still see them and be like, all right, why at this day and age I could do that is because I realized this time is fucking too short. Then there might be something that one of us could potentially help each other with, but I'm not going to show a weakness because the ego, my people, is a weakness. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not gonna show my weakness to nobody. Like, that's a weakness, bro.
No, I agree on that part, but when it's like, yo, I don't have to beat you up. I could just not fuck with you. Like that's my point. So those two working, it will never even have to go to working because it's never gonna, long as it don't go to guns. And somebody losing their life. You get what I'm saying?
Maybe because I'm thinking too far ahead. And then now because I'm thinking about the whole 50 Cent shit. Again, said this last time we was going to do it. He knew about that song and how it was going to come out, then this is what I'm talking about. This is the ego and all the other, like that. Maybe I should have explained it better at the beginning. Like, I'm thinking about the song that's in motion right now with him and 50, the AI video, all this. Like, bro, as grown-ass men, what are we doing? If it's that serious, get off the camera and go take care of your business. Like, I don't get it. I just don't
say it is that serious though. Like everybody, like he might not be like those guys. Like think about it.
I'm
Like,
tired of them trying to fool these little kids, Shot. I'm
all right,
tired of
all
them
right,
selling
but
this shit, and this ain't really what the fuck they
but they
doing.
not.
I'm tired of it.
I don't think that they're fooling because in the same. Hold on, he says I don't agree, bro, and then he said ego is the downfall of mankind.
Fact. But I'm tired of these
But
motherfuckers sitting here portraying this shit, and these kids out here trying to fucking do it, and these motherfuckers ain't doing it themselves. Stop it, bro.
yeah, but yeah, and that's my whole thing. So now listen, if you're watching this, you gotta have it can't be all on them. You gotta have some comprehension to understand that yo, listen, this shit is music. Like, yo, you gotta understand this nigga did the video, did the song with 50, right? Did the video, knew something was gonna drop. A week
Nah, it was
later, 2
AI.
weeks.
It was AI.
No, but I know, but 50 gave the go ahead to put it out. Like that's no. The guy who did it, he did it. They're few joints for 50, and like they have a relationship. The guy who did that video, he's done a few of them, and people have given him credits and all that other stuff. But he a week and a half later, Rick Ross released a joint with French Montana and fucking Max B. So. And 50's not beefing with Max. You don't think 50 knew that they had a song? Like, I don't think
50,
like people.
I think 50 plays chess.
Yes, and at that point, when you see, okay, how serious could it be if 50 ain't dissing Max B, if Max B just had a joint with one of 50's arch nemesis? Like, you get what I'm saying? So at that point, it's not even about the actually doing something to somebody. It's all about it's about the algorithm. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah. But what they portraying is otherwise, is what I'm saying. And these kids is out here like, yo, bro, I don't know, man. Like maybe it's just because and you got kids, like you know what I mean. And now that I got older kids, they going 18, 17. They start seeing shit and they start believing shit. It's different, bro. Like I remember when I was that age, it was easy to be persuaded. That's why I was persuaded into doing certain things and went the path that I went because I was lied to, bro. Like let's really think about it. Let's really think about it. Anything we did then, and everybody tuned in. If you was in the streets when you was younger, everything you had then, do you still have it now?
No, all that shit went. No.
So what the fuck was it really? Like we were lied to, like you know what I'm saying? Like, and that's what I mean. Like we gotta do better. We gotta do better, especially now that we are older. You know what I mean? We have older kids and we got younger kids as well. Like we gotta do better. We gotta do better. Especially now that we know better.
Shout out to Max B.
Yeah, maybe our OGs didn't know as
nah, they didn't.
Yeah, you know what I mean?
Nah,
so now really that we know some shit, it's our duty to be saying some shit.
Absolutely. I tell people all the time, like, my OGs led me down the wrong path, but they didn't know no better. They thought that what they were teaching me was the survival skills that I needed. But in all actuality, I was a better person. You get what I'm saying? I was like, and not to downplay anybody else, but you should always try to big the youth up, and they were misguided because they didn't know no better. But now that we do know better, we have to break the cycle. We got to stop this shit.
Bro, I'm talking about my son little man yesterday. And I'm like, yo, because me and Chris talking about the college and shit. I'm like, yo, what's going on with the, with everything? We talking about it, and I said, man, I'm like, what you doing? He said, I don't know, I can't really go to school. I'm like, what you mean you can't go to school? He said, I just can't. I'm like, yo, bro, and I start breaking it down. He said, oh, I didn't know. And I'm like, see, this be the problem.
Right.
You know what I mean? Maybe his parents didn't know. Could be. I don't know. Maybe they just wasn't that involved. I don't know. You know what I mean? But now he's senior.
Yeah.
We in March. They graduated out here in May. Time is ticking. We failed this young man.
Yeah. Well, not exactly because you spoke to him.
I mean, it's still, but I'm saying.
No, absolutely. It got to him late. Yeah,
right.
Really
maybe his parents didn't understand it. They didn't reach out to somebody to get the understanding, or they didn't go to the school to talk. Like, you know what I mean? Or
absolutely.
Like that's what I mean. Like, I don't know, bro. Now that I'm, I'm not young no more. I'm not old. I'm not young. You know what I mean? And I see shit. You know what I mean? I've been through shit, and I'm like, yo, I didn't have to go through that. If motherfuckers really cared, like, you know what I mean? Like, don't get me wrong, I had people who cared around me, but the ones I seem to follow is the ones I thought that cared. And now that I'm where I'm at, I don't.
You see, all that shit was bullshit.
I don't have no relations, no, like, you know what I mean?
Yeah. It's crazy because my OG, he passed want to say last year, and it's like overdose. And it's like, damn, homie. Not only like, but I got to see him, and hopefully he was kind of proud of what I became,
Mhm.
knowing that I was his little man, like he was my introduction to the streets. You get what I'm saying? So you always want to make your OGs proud, even though they
Teach you
kind of
some
led you, yeah,
bullshit.
yeah, they led you down some bullshit. It's always it's like the parent that can't get right. That kid loves them to death because it's their parent. Like that's the only thing that's theirs. So, speaking of 50, did you see this one?
Rick, no, what happened with Remy and Rick?
Remy put out she's working on a movie called The Biggest Boss.
She
And
went
it's
to Rick
based
Ross?
on, yeah, no, listen, no. It's based on a guy who was a CEO who takes on the the identity of a street nigga and becomes a rapper. It's like CB4. It's like CB4 based on Rick Ross.
Oh,
So, and
crap.
she has her own network. Shout out to Remy on her own network because that's huge. But
Oh, shit.
and he caught wind of it because I guess they got the trailer out. And he sent her a cease and desist,
Mm.
and 50 shared it, and I'm like, "Oh,
That's
man."
funny, though. That's
No,
funny.
you know what's funny is that 50 has a production company, a film and
He
movie.
just signed a big ass deal. I forget where it was. I mean, it's a big ass deal, too.
Nah, it's in Manhattan. We're gonna get to that one too. I don't know. Hopefully, did I put it in there? Well, we can talk about it right now. But yeah, listen, and this is the funny thing. This is what trolling, and this is what happens when you wake up sleeping giants. And I credit this to Jim Jones and the Rap About It podcast. They spoke on 50, and then it got 50's attention
Mm.
so much that he got to looking into their finances, their building situation, was trying to build. What was Jim Jones building?
The studio, I think.
A multimedia hub, right? He's on the phone with the landlord. The landlord says, "Yo, I own their podcast." Is this now at this point in time? 50 wasn't really thinking about those guys. Not that we knew of. And then out of nowhere, he signs $100 million deal to do a multimedia platform and restaurant in Manhattan. So it's like he took what Jim and them was doing, bought it to some people that could really, with some real good money, and they gave him $100 million to do Jim's idea. You get what I'm saying? And it's like what you said. Sometimes you can't, like, don't tell people your plans. I don't I don't think they actually told 50 their plans.
No,
I
but
think they
this
just barked up the wrong tree.
the
And
internet,
then
man. The beauty of this
but
shit was all over the internet. And the minute
well,
they
I
had their little squabble, it's at that point it's all fair game.
well, you can't accredit to sometimes, man. You gotta know what game to play and what game not to play.
Supposed to. I don't know, bro. It get cloudy in the midst of shit in the moment.
Yeah,
How
no.
many times you made a bad decision in the moment? And ladies like, damn, bro, if I would have took a second to think about that, I could have went a little bit better.
No, absolutely. Absolutely. But then you gotta deal with the regrets or the consequences that come with
Yeah.
it. That's the thing. Now, I think they bounced back. They bought a new spot, right?
Now they still in the same spot. They had a lease, man. They got a lease there for a couple of years. So
Oh,
it's
okay.
like a
No,
5 year
no, no,
lease. So
no,
there's
no, no. I
nothing
thought they were just trying
Temp
to
could
get
do.
out of it because of the situation. But
They'll be there. He's still building. He's got another. He's doing a couple things.
yeah, the
Salute to
homie
him, man, and what he's
he got
doing and the
100 mil.
opportunities.
Who?
Oh, you talking about 50? I was talking about
I mean, 50 got
Jim
100
Jones.
mil out the deal. I mean, I'm pretty sure. Hopefully, nah, no for a fact. is gonna be. He's gonna.
You need to do something with Yayo and Murder because that podcast, man. I don't see how people tune into that shit. Tune into that shit to watch them argue and talk over each other. That shit is.
Yeah, that might not even be his deal.
No, I don't think. They got that through Dream Champs.
But
Oh no, they got that through Fat Joe. Fat Joe hooked them up.
okay. All right, next we got. Did you see this funny shit? Nicki Minaj sends cash to Tasha K and is going to Cardi B. So I guess she did that to help her kind of pay that debt.
Let me see this.
Yeah. I don't know. I guess it's
I
some
know
catty
what
stuff.
Shorty owned Cardi. Well, owe Cardi B some bread, right? For some
4
bullshit.
million. 4
So
million.
Nicki sent her the bread to help out pay off Cardi.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't hear that.
Yeah. Well, you know what? She donated 3,000 to her stream. So, but that 3,000 goes to Cardi. Like she's working for Cardi now. She fucked that whole bag up. Misinformation, defamation of character. That's why you got to be careful what you say about these people, especially when you're getting a little bit of chips. Not even a little bit of chips. Some people will sue you and make you like the situation with 50 Cent and Tierra Marie. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, I forgot what happened with that, but yeah.
No, she owed him 50 bands. And it probably cost
forgot
him.
why it was him why he sued him.
Yeah, but even at that point, my nigga, it's cost him
way more.
About 100 bands to do it, just to make a point. You get what I'm saying? So it's like, yeah, that one was.
I was thinking about that, and I don't know if we got this topic, but I was thinking about that with the whole Cameron and J. Cole shit.
Yeah, that one I didn't watch the interview yet.
I watched the interview. That's what I'm saying. Because the interview, Cam was like, "Yo, it wasn't gonna go nowhere." But bro, you spent all this money to get a lawsuit written up. To what? Ensure he was gonna do the interview? Like, I don't get it. Because at the end of the day, that was the whole gist of the thing. That was the whole agreement. But what Cam got mad was J. Cole prolonging when the project was gonna drop.
Don't do that.
It's in the interview. Go listen to it.
Yeah, but prolonging, my nigga, if you said you was gonna do what you said you were gonna do and you didn't do
it, that's prolonging. Like
no,
they kept saying dates, agreeing upon dates, and then Cameron was like, I had to do something to get your attention. And I was like, when I heard him say it, I'm like, I agree with that. But then I started thinking about what you just said, the amount of money you had to pay to get his attention when maybe you could have called him. I don't know. I don't know the whole logistics. I'm just saying.
But you watched the interview. You saw the back and forth. They called. He spoke. So, and he was still dubbing them. So at that point in time, listen, I guarantee you what Cam made off of doing the lawsuit and putting it out to social media and clicks and all that other shit, it was well worth it. He ate twice. And he got the interview. But why does it take that for you to be a man of your word? That's my question. Later, for why
you gotta go. You gotta watch the interview.
Yeah, but
J. Cole explains it all, and the crazy part is Cam was agreeing with him through it all.
All right, so it was like break it down for us then. What did he say? It was like
you had communication throughout this whole thing. Whether you disagreed for the 2 years it took or the year and a half it took, you could have expressed that. Like, you know what I mean?
But every time y'all made.
Hold on. Every time J. Cole said, yo, it was this date, you said okay. Every time he said, yo, boom, it ain't gonna happen as this date, you said okay. At that point, you could have expressed something. I'm just telling y'all, that's what they were sitting in the room. This is what they were saying pretty much. You know what I mean? And Cameron was agreeing to all of it. Yeah, go check the interview. I didn't get to watch it all, but I watched the part that revolved around that because then they started switching. So yeah,
I mean, the gist from what I'm getting and from what you're telling me and from what I've heard online from both of them, like I seen the clip where he walks in, like, damn, son, a lawsuit.
That shit was fake as fuck when you watched
No. But I get, I mean, yeah. But my whole thing is like, just like damn, son, a lawsuit. It was like, yo, you thought that much of me that you kept pushing me back. Just like when you like, damn, son, a lawsuit. Damn, son, why you couldn't, like, what's going on, my nigga? Like, what the fuck, my nigga? Like, you get what I'm saying?
I see how you could be frustrated. I get it.
Yeah, so at that point in time, it's like, yo, I got to do something to figure this out. And the only way that seemed like it's gonna work is the lawsuit. You get what I'm saying? And now, guess what happened? You came.
Yeah, but I don't know. In the interview, he was like, "Yeah, I was gonna come anyway." He's like, "Every time you told me, I forget about it." He's like, "I was gonna come anyway."
Yeah,
when he had the project, that's one thing he said. He said, "Yo, I didn't want to." Excuse me. He said, "I didn't want to come do the interview without the music because it's about the music. I didn't want to talk about the whole Drake and Kendrick shit and all that. You know what I mean?" He said, "I wanted to come with the project so we could talk about the project." He said, "I didn't want to talk about all that," and I was like,
"See, that's dope." But had you said that during the first time, it wouldn't have went to the lawsuit.
Right.
Like,
right.
you get what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, this is like
explain
like
that through the thing.
Yeah,
that's what I'm saying. Have the conversation. Like,
but
bro, let's keep it a buck. Where some of us grew up and how we were raised, we weren't taught to have how to have conversation with people. You know what I mean? Like we just weren't. Some of us.
See, my beef with this is where does the grown up in you come in? Because if you have a conversation and only one person is really expressing what is going on, then I can't be like, you can't be mad at Cameron when we're having a conversation and you keep giving me the runaround.
Yeah, but if you agree, and this is where I disagree with you. I'm not giving you the runaround if I'm telling you, yo, just I guess I take that back because I can see how you feel he's getting a runaround, but when it's agreed upon, that's when I'm like, bro, you gotta air your grievances out at that point when I'm telling you I'm moving into this date. Tell me what it is. You know what I mean? And then we could try to work something out. But if you're not telling me at that point, yo, you got a problem with it, you just saying okay. There lies the confusion too, because we don't know how to have these conversations. Like, I'm gonna keep it a buck, bro. The way I was raised, the minute you get tight, punch a motherfucker in the face. Like, don't let him disrespect you. Don't let him play. Like, that's the way some of us was raised. Some of us was raised to walk away. Some of us was raised with some fucking dialect and be able to have a conversation and hold your composure. You know what I mean? Like, it's crazy at this day and age that they didn't have that conversation, and you would think that they would have, being the type of artists that they are. Like, you would have thought the business would have been the business, like they would have took care of the business at minimum, right?
Yeah, I'm one-sided on this. I feel like, yo, at a certain point, I believe that Cam did everything he was supposed to do. And then because there was a lack of communication on the other party's end, that shouldn't be my fault. So now what I do I shouldn't get blamed because this person didn't know how to communicate. Yo, listen, the project's not done yet. Yo, listen,
That's what I'm telling you, Shot. He did communicate that. Go watch the interview. It's part of the interview. He did communicate that, and Cam agreed. Cam said, "Yeah, you're right. I'm glad you're giving him dialogue." Like, so Cam's like, "Yeah, he was calling me," or excuse me, how it was said was, "Yo, the first of every month that I told him it was coming out, Cam called me, and every time I gave him an excuse, Cam called me the first." Like, so it was all agreed upon, and I agree with everything, minus, yo, bro, if you had a problem, you should have said something. But it's business. Business is business, my people. Sometimes you gotta go that route. You gotta get the lawyers involved.
Yeah, I believe Cam tried to do what he could and was like, yo, at this point, this is I feel like, yo, you playing me. Like, you think I'm a sucker or whatever the case may be, because you keep giving me I'm just like, this is how I would take it. I don't know how Cam took it as me. You know how I am. You already know. Nigga nigga slip up once with us, and I'm like, yo, man, fuck that nigga. You already know.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying, because that's the way we were raised. That's what we were taught. We got to be able to have a conversation, bro. Like,
yeah, but
bro, I lost too many people. I lost
yeah.
too many people because the motherfucker didn't have a conversation.
Well, you know what? I wasted too much time waiting for a nigga to have a conversation, and guess what? We can't get back.
Yeah, no,
the person you lost or the time.
Yeah, it goes both ways. But I'm saying, as we know this now, we got to be able to have these conversations. Now that we know this, bro, at minimum, you got to be able to have a conversation.
But that's what
especially,
I'm saying.
And the only reason I'm saying that is if there was something there, like, these people, they worked together. They was in the studio together. They had conversations. They were communicating with each other. Except one party wasn't communicating how they felt, while the other party was saying, yo, listen, we doing this. The other party should have communicated, yo, bro, I'm not feeling it. Like, yo, bro, you told me 20 times already you were going to drop this project. Like, this is what we agreed upon. What's up?
Yeah, but see, and that's another thing. It's like once we have the conversation, once they talk and words are said, you can't expect the other person to keep going because you wanted to go.
That's the fact.
You get what I'm saying? So I get where Cameron was like, all right, you want to keep having this conversation. You want to keep going back and forth and prolonging it. I don't want to do that. So to clear my hands, I'm just gonna say, yo, listen, I'm gonna let my lawyers handle it. This is what it is. I'm gonna go, and we know how Cam is. I'm gonna circle back and get the bag. So I'm gonna do this, put it out that I got. You get what I'm saying? I put out the lawsuit. We're gonna gain traction with that, feed it to everybody else. And then eventually, you know, if you come up, you come up. If you don't, you don't. I got what I paid for. You get what I'm saying? I mean,
again, I don't see nothing wrong with that either. All I'm saying is we gotta learn how to have conversations. You gotta be able to tell somebody how you feel. Whether it's right, whether you're agreeing with them, whether you're not agreeing with them, whatever.
nah, you should be able to put it all out on the table. Yeah.
When you're doing some type of sort of business with somebody, holding it back is not should never be an option. But it's got to be done in a respectable business manner. You know what I mean? Got to be able to have these tough conversations. Like when you sit in these rooms, shit don't always go how everybody's seeing on this social media. It don't work that way. There's yeses, there's no, there's hard conversations. There's a time when you want to curse somebody to fuck up, but you can't because that's not the time and the place. You got to sit there and still be like, nah, no, sir, you're right. And then you got to sit there and learn how to talk and debate and have these conversations. You know what I mean? Like, yo, bro, it's not all about out here shooting and killing each other. That's easy, man. Anybody could go fucking pull the trigger. Everybody can't have a fucking a conversation and learn how to talk to each other respectfully with getting your point across.
Nah, I get it. Yo, listen, I believe every situation is room, there's a diplomatic room. But I also believe that don't let nobody play in your face either. You get what I'm saying? Because you're limited on time. So now my whole thing is, yo, you can keep telling me, yo, this is what you're doing, and I could keep having these conversations with you. And at this point in time, I'm allowing you to control the situation. And that's not how that goes in my movie. In my movie, I'm the star. Right. You get what I'm saying? So at this point, we can work together, which I thought that's what we were gonna do. But now you want me to keep going back to your turns. And then when is enough enough? Like when is enough turning the cheek for the win, for the people? You get what I'm saying?
It goes down to having that conversation so you can figure that out. If you keep agreeing, then yo, bro, think about it. How many times have you known shit to happen and somebody had a problem with something but never spoke on it? They just said, okay, and just went with the motion of everything. And then you come find out later, bro, it was years that this dude had a problem, but he never said nothing. And it could have been resolved back then if we just spoke. Now it's crazy. It's way worse. Like, you know what I mean? Like, we got to learn how to have a conversation, man.
Absolutely. But I'm a strong believer in, like, yo, things don't happen to you. They happen for you. People are brought into your life. Situations happen. Everything is a learning experience. So now sometimes the lesson is, yo, you learn not to fuck with that person. Like, that's life. We have, like me, this is just me personally. I don't want to have this grand idea of what I want life to be. I'm just going by what life is. And to live life for me is to deal with the reality of what life is, not what I want life to be. I want everybody to get along and you know, no wars, no shootouts, none of that. But that's not the reality of life. The reality of life is people are going to snake you. There's going to be innocent people killed. There's going to be innocent people found guilty. There's going to be good people who make bad mistakes. There's going to be bad people who get put in good positions. This is just life. And for me, and it happened like later on, like late, like 40, to where I'm understanding it's life. It's life. You know, when we're younger and we're ambitious, I felt like, you know, we're going to be the change.
I could give you this. I'll give you maybe the simplest example I could give. I'm sitting here yesterday evening in the backyard. Right? I got a little garden in the backyard. That's like my little zen. So I'm out there fucking my little garden. Right? And I get the notification on my phone that somebody's in my front yard. So I happen to look. some little kids playing in my yard with the rocks though. Like if they're just jumping in the grass, whatever. They're grabbing the rocks that I got there, kind of toss on the ground. They could break my window, break my car window. I got multiple cars. Like they could do some damage, right? I'm watching the parent keep walking. At that point, I had a decision. I could go outside and say something and flip the fuck out and grab the father by his head and slam him and do everything I would have did if I was younger and stupid and wasn't thinking. Or I could go outside and say, "Oh my man, can you please grab your kids and get them off my property? Like, why would you let them throw rocks? Like, is that yeah? Will I fuck with them again? No. Like, you know what I mean? I used to give all these kids ice cream on the street. These kids specifically, I used to get like, would I do that again for those two kids? No. Like, yeah, y'all playing yourself. Like, y'all know I'll take care of y'all. Y'all out here fucking around on my shit. Like, you know what I mean? But can I be a man and know, like, yo, bro, there's a time and a place for everything. And these is little kids. It's not their fault. It's the fucking, like, but I was able to express that in a respectful way with him knowing, yo, son, like, I'm not playing. Like, come on, bro. Grab your kids. Maybe that's the easiest way I can explain it. Back in the day, it probably wouldn't have been like that because I wasn't able to have a conversation. All I knew was to react. I hope I'm making sense. And I'm only talking from my experience.
No. That's the growth within you, which is super dope. But a lot of situations, that's not like
that's not the case. Yeah, I get it.
You get what I'm saying? Like, especially like
I get it. But we make the situations a little bit worse than what they are right at the moment that everything is going on, everything is so amplified. We in this heightened state. You know what I mean? We're not really thinking. But when you sit back and look at majority of the shit that you made decisions on, bro, and you really think about it, yo, bro, if I would have thought a little bit longer, that shit was stupid.
You know
that
what's
was
funny?
Stupid.
You know what's funny is that I have more moments that when I sit back and I think of how I handled things, I was too passive.
That could be the case too. And you have those?
No, I have. It's more of those than it's been of me spazzing out. It should have been like, yo, you know what? Had you nipped that in the bud then, you wouldn't have these problems late.
But if you were able to, again, you saying what I was saying, if you were able to have those conversations.
No. We had the conversations. Yeah, we had the yeah. What I'm saying is, had I been on defense instead of being offensive, it would have just been like, yo, listen, I'm cutting you off. You get what I'm saying?
I think I was opposite of you. I think it was always on the defense.
Yeah,
you know what I mean, and it could have been a blessing, like, and it's dope because we got different experiences, right? And you saying you was kind of like passive, and me, I'm like, yo, I'm always watching everything, you know what I mean? But and I could tell you on my side, like, it was the gift and the curse, because I might have blocked some shit because I didn't give an opportunity, or I didn't know how to speak on the opportunity.
Right.
You know what I mean? Or I didn't feel a certain way because, you know, I'm the type of person, bro, you're not just gonna come around me. Everybody's not just gonna be around me. That's just how it is. I'm keeping it a buck, and it don't matter a statue or nothing like that, bro. I don't care if you don't got a job and you the richest motherfucker in the world. You're not gonna be around me till I know who the fuck you are, and I feel comfortable to have you around me. Or you're gonna be limited to certain places. Like, yo, bro, if I see you here, yeah, we can chill. If I see you here, well, I gotta keep this ain't the, you know what I mean? Like, that's just how it is. For me, that's how I've been able to live the way I like. Again, I'm always on the defense. I always think somebody's trying to do something, and that's not the. Maybe that's why I speak the way I speak, because I know it's not the right thing. You know what I mean?
No, I mean we recognize that about each other, because I'm like, you'll be like, yo, man, you fuck with that nigga? I'm like, yeah, you know, that's such a. I don't really pay that nigga no mind. You be like, yeah, but I don't know if you should be fucking with that. Like, you know, me, I was more so like, yo, I give instead of letting people earn. You make people earn. And then because of me being so passive and giving you the opportunity to burn me, you get what I'm saying? It made me to the point to where it was like, you know what? I see now that was a waste of a time, and I wasted opportunities by not cutting you off or being direct in the beginning.
But let me ask you this now, in this day and age, do you know how to play both? So because there might be certain situations to where you acting a little passive. You know what I mean? Or there might be because for me now, I feel like I ain't gonna lie, I'm more on the defense, but I got a little bit more of that passive in me now.
You know what sucks about that whole situation for me is that the people around me I hold to a high standard. And it's not fair because shit that other people could get away with that I don't really care about, the people that I love, I wouldn't go for.
Mm.
And you know, I do that like there's certain with my wife. Like you get what I'm saying? Like even you, my wife, the people that's in my circle, there's people that aren't in my circle can make certain mistakes that I wouldn't allow from you guys. Because I feel no, but check it out. Because I feel that you guys know better.
Right. Now I get that. But I'm on the opposite side. The only people who could hurt me are the closest ones. Is because I'm more vulnerable to them.
Yeah,
like,
no.
That's why I'm on the opposite side of you, because I'm more passive to them. Like, bro, if I don't really fuck with you, there's no way hell I'm gonna give you a mile to be able to burn me.
Right.
That's just not, you know what I mean? But the only way you can is because if you're that close to me, I'm that passive. Like I'm cool. I'm like, here. What, you know what I mean? That's where I have changed. And teaching tell me this all the time. Yo, bro, you getting older, bro. You can, you're different. Like, you know what I mean? Like before, the shit you wouldn't let, now you are. And I'm like, yo, bro, listen, I ain't got time to be giving nobody. So before I do anything, I'm thinking now, and I'm contemplating options, and I'm like, yo, bro, is it Wayne repercussion? you know what I mean? Like, yo, bro, listen, I'm at the point right now where I want to do is I want to live life, bro.
Nah,
I want to get out here, enjoy it. I want to make sure my kids don't gotta go with the fuck I went through. The people around me don't gotta go through it. You know what I mean? And try to get other people to think that way as well.
Absolutely. Nah, that's the growth. That's living. That's the living part, and we're not all gonna see eye to eye, but even with us, we're as close as brothers could possibly be, and as you can watch when people watch our show, we barely agree on anything. It's wild, right?
Except people be telling me all the time, like, yo, you and your partner are mad different. I'm like, yeah, like we come from different places, different. We grew up in the same time, same area, but different experiences. Like, you know what I mean? Like whether people consider it hood, suburban, like it's just different opinions and different mindsets. Like what I've been through, you might not have been through. What you've been through, I might not have been through. But in some way they cross paths. You know what I mean?
That, and I think it's just the frequency. You can't explain why we so close. Because you really like.
I could tell you.
You can't.
I can. But that day,
all right,
listen, if it would have went different that day in the park, where we was at?
We was in Jeff.
Yeah, we was playing
basketball. Jeff, old man ball.
And them 20 dudes was getting ready to jump me because I was gonna fuck that dude up. If you would have reacted any different that day, this would have never been.
Yeah, but even all right, so now that's but even that situation, it was just, yo, this is the person that I came out here with. It wasn't nothing that you had. It wasn't, you get what I'm saying? Like, I don't even think you was clicking that day. You was probably shooting bricks. I was probably saving your ass.
You crazy.
Like, yo, why we got this bum ass nigga?
I was always clicking.
I'm in here saying,
yeah, you can't lie on me like that.
Nah.
You can't never lie on me like that.
Hold on. I'm in here saving this nigga. Did he want to fight? He want to fight the toughest nigga on the against us? Man, all right, man.
Nah, but I keep it. That's just being honest. If any different reaction from you that day would have happened, this probably wouldn't be where it was at. Because again, I'm all about loyalty, bro. Like, if you tell me what you're doing and you're gonna stand on that, I'm with you. Like, I'm with you, and that's my fault. I'm too loyal. You know what I mean? Listen, but that's just how it is.
That right there, that story.
Because I didn't know you. Think about
it. I know, but that's what I'm saying. That shows just the people who we were. Yeah. If I had to earn your respect. That day I earned it. That day, because we were there together, you didn't have to earn my respect. You were there with me. So I'm already giving it to you. That's what I'm talking about. That right there was a prime example. And then from there, it clicked because I gave you the trust and
I was ready
showed
to
you.
get you out the country. You see what I mean?
Yeah,
I was
no,
ready to take
but
you-
and because of that is
Oh,
why
man.
we're so it worked.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? And I don't know, man.
It's funny though you said that because a lot of people ask me that. Yo, y'all mad different, and that is just how how we were raised. Like, and
yeah,
I seen a lot of shit happen to people because they let their guards down.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And shit happening. But as I get older, I'm trying to learn not to have that guard up so much and try to experience some shit and see. You know what I mean? Yo, bro, we're not always gonna win. That's just not how life is designed. You're gonna take some L's.
Listen,
But what you learn from these L's is what's gonna make you the person you are.
yeah, see, my thing is we're not always gonna win, but we never lose.
Yeah, because you learn it. If you learn it,
Yeah. And that's the difference of winning and losing is you gotta learn. If you learn, then you didn't win as much. You won something, you just didn't win as much. And sometimes that's enough. You get what I'm saying? Because now you get back and you do it again. Go. Nope, get out of here. But hold on. You listen, we're not getting up out of here without without talking about this one right here. Let's bring it up. Let's end the show with this one. Jay-Z unsure if rap battles should be a part of hip hop anymore. Thoughts? First of all, wait, before I'm gonna let you sit on and think about that. But 54? 2 shows, 25th anniversary, 30th anniversary, sold out, no new music. In the last when was Magna? What was the last 444? Was the last one? How you feeling about this?
I don't know. I don't know about this one.
Gotcha.
I don't know. I can see why again. As I'm getting older, I can understand maybe his theory behind it. You know what I mean? Because people take this shit take this shit serious. Put that comment back up. I didn't get to read it.
It said it's hard to find true friendships like y'all have big facts. Nah, yo, we appreciate that, man. I love battle rap. I don't think it will ever die out. They just have to find new ways to market it.
Yeah, I don't think he was talking about that battle rap. I think he was talking about battle rap in hip hop.
Like, the battling of the rap battling in hip hop, like the beef wars. I don't want to say beef wars. No, not like Bone Collector, Bill Collector. I mean,
no, like Jay-Z and Nas, like Jay-Z and Nas when they went at each other.
Yeah. Or
that was a dope interview too. If you didn't see that interview with Jay-Z, that shit was dope.
It was a good interview, right?
Whoever that kid was, I've never seen him before. That was dope that he sat down with that young man.
You know why he sat down with him? Mm-hmm. That's his nephew.
But for real? Oh, that's dope though.
Yeah, but that's what you're supposed to do though, right?
You hit on the head. It's each one teach one. We were kind of alluding to this earlier. You know what I mean? Teaching these kids how to have this.
You got it. Yeah. You got. I mean, yo, listen. If we're gonna get to it, man, we got like I was saying before, and shout out to Sean Carter, Jay-Z, because in the video he was saying exactly what I was saying, and it made me reflect on it. Where he was like, sometimes it's just life, and he was like, yo, I made it this far. You get what I'm saying? Like, I'm not supposed to be here, and don't put certain things on me because I did what I did. You get what I'm saying? So I don't know. I think it was a super dope interview. I'm excited. I did look.
You get the ticket?
I was gonna go to the Philly show before he even announced the Madison Square Garden show. I looked at the Philly show and I was online and I was about to buy. It was $440 each. But it's a whole lineup. the Roots. I was gonna go to the Roots picnic one.
Yeah, he's doing it with the root. Yeah, he's doing it with
Yeah, so but there was a whole lineup, so it's just not Hove. You get what I'm saying? So the 440 wouldn't have been that bad. But I'm like, the only reason why I did it was I would have took my wife. That's a band there, and then we're probably gonna stay the night, so it's gonna be like 2,000. And I don't think my wife is that big of a I'm working the Roots picnic. All right, that's dope.
super dope.
Nice, nice. But I just didn't think it was a good investment for me to spend about 2 bands for the whole thing. So I'm gonna wait it out. I'm gonna wait it out. I'm gonna see if he does a tour. That's what I'm hoping for. Cause I know he added another day
Yeah, I
to
don't know.
what's the name? And even that one I looked at, I could have got tickets for the light section. It was probably about, I want to say they were 6 and some change a piece.
If I'm not mistaken, I think 2026 is his 30th year.
For which one?
For him being involved in your first album, and I could be wrong.
Yeah,
I could be
yeah.
wrong, but I think he's shooting for the Super Bowl next year, which is why you see this.
That, and I do believe he's gonna go out on tour. I think because he couldn't defend himself the way he wanted to defend himself
Defend himself with what?
with the case. Like what he spoke about, where he was like, yo, he was just so angry, and he made a lot of music. He made music, but he was in an angry place. And he does it, and he was like, it would do more harm than good. You get what I'm saying? And it's funny that he says that, because he says that, and then he goes back to how he doesn't like the way that beefs and rap people go too far. So he's foreseeing that, yo, if I actually do this in this space, that he knows there's only but a handful of rappers that have stands. He's one of them. You get what I'm saying? And they can be just as bad too. You get what I'm saying? So, but that's the 50-something-year-old thinking.
Right, but now that he's at this place, people are seeing it, and hopefully the younger guys catch on. That's what I'm saying. Like, bro, like think about it. Like our mind state at 20 was not our mind state at our parents' 20. We were a little bit more involved.
Absolutely.
Our
Yeah.
kids at 20 was not our mind state at 20. You
They're
know
a
what I
little
mean?
behind.
Some
It's
of
weird
them
how
was
that
behind
happened,
because
right?
of this COVID
Yo,
shit.
listen, listen.
It's just
it's that too, and it's because we were so independent and so moving forward that our generation is the generation that really stuck by. My kids will not go through what I went through, and in the point of doing that, we enabled them. To these little bastards are their the entitlement is going out of proportion, because we were the ones who said we're not going to allow our kids to go through what we went through, and because we were the ones who went through the shit. So we got to
but now
course
that we
correct
know
somewhere.
better,
Yeah,
teaching,
now
like I
the
can
course
tell you
correct.
now, my 7-year-old way different than you know what I mean. It's just again,
Absolutely.
it goes back the whole. I think the whole thing of the show, as far as we know more, we got to do better. You know what I mean? That's all we can do is do better. Whether that's for your kids, whether that's for the community, whatever it is, but you got to do something. Like you got to do something.
Absolutely.
Like stop sitting here thinking like I think Shah alluded to earlier. Stop sitting here thinking living the fairy tale shit and dreaming what your life should be like. You're not out there doing something for what your life could be like. Life's not gonna be shit. And you're gonna be sitting there complaining. But the only one you can complain to and really look at is your motherfucking self.
Absolutely right. Absolutely right. Listen, that is our time for this week. I had a dope show. How you feeling?
That was dope. It was dope. We didn't get
Nice.
to talk about the lotto shit though. We didn't get to talk
Yeah.
about it. There was a couple things.
I got Lotto. I got the thing where did you see where Gilly said that he gave a good perspective about the Drake and Kendrick beef. And it's like it's far sight now. It's well after. You get what I'm saying? But it's dope to have those conversations when you look back. You know what I'm saying? Because we lived through it and we're not waiting too long to readdress it. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, no, I could get, yeah.
You know, but
Again, you gotta learn how to pull somebody aside and tell them how the fuck you feel, and the person receiving that, learn how to receive that, and learn how to tell somebody how you feel. It don't always gotta be some shit, because by the time you talk, bro, you realize it really wasn't nothing. You just didn't understand where that person was coming from. They didn't understand where you was coming from. Have that conversation, bro.
that
Not
shit
gonna
is
tell you this now because it wasn't like that.
nah,
You know what
that
I
shit
mean?
is, yo, listen, that shit is so funny because like when you say that, I hear, what voice goes on in my head? Nah, little nigga, I don't want to do a verses with you. Nah, little nigga, I don't want to do a verses with you. I keep telling you, little nigga, I don't want to do a verses with you.
You just communicating. You
Yeah,
know what I mean?
but see, that's what I'm saying. It's like because then there's a thin line because now it's like, all right, but yo, you could have gave him, you could have let him communicate a little bit more. And then they be like, no, fuck that. I told this nigga 2 times, third time I'm posting a picture of his wife, and it's like, see, I mean that's how it went.
I get it.
You get what I'm
But
saying?
at least they communicated, man. Have these conversations, man. Learn how to
Nah,
have
absolutely, man. Shout out to everybody that tuned in, watched with us, rocked out with us. Here, there you go. Great show as always. Y'all have a great weekend and keep being great in the studio with the
you
Red Bull.
too.
Yes,
You
I
too.
am. Yo, listen, make sure you guys tap into the Vault Fridays, 8 p.m. They locked in. Show is live. I'm gonna be tuned in. There's a lot of stuff going on. Make sure you guys tap in next Wednesday, same place, same time, 7 p.m. Facebook Live, YouTube Live. We have the big homie coming back, which is gonna be. I don't know if you guys watched it last time, but you're gonna want to tune in. This guy he's produced at least one of your favorite top 10 records of all time. At least one of them.
That's a fact.
So you guys, if you don't have a clue, tap in, check us out. Like I said, make sure you tap into the Vault Hip Hop Show Friday. Oh, our little big sisters are on tomorrow too.
Tomorrow, 8 p.m.
Peaches and Blade, 8 p.m. Facebook Live, YouTube Live.
When's Bunky coming back?
Bunky is coming back in next month.
Okay.
We might have to get her on before she comes back. I think she's coming back in the middle, like the 16th.
We need to be on her show for the first time she comes back. That'd be super good.
Yeah, I know. I might have to hit Bunky up and be like, yo, Bunky, we might have to do a pre-show to your first show, your welcome back show. I don't know. We'll see. But shout out to her. Shout out to all of our little big sis. Shout out to my wife, my family. Shout out to all my extended family, the Rodriguezes, especially baby girl Riz. That is my home girl. Tell her to hit me. I got some extra change in the Cash App, but she got to hit me. I'm just not sending it. She got her own Cash App?
No.
You got a Cash App for her?
No.
I know you have an account.
Got a Cash App. Yeah, I got a Cash App, but no, she don't got a
All right. I gotta let her know that I'm sending you the money, just so that way you don't steal her a little bit of change. She had to stick you up. Yeah, because that's got see, that's the growth. See, that's the growth. I'm not gonna show that part of the game. I'm not be like, there's other ways. You know what I'm gonna tell her? I'm gonna tell you, when people don't get you your money, you go to court and get a lawyer and you sue them. No. Listen, we gotta change our ways. This is what I'm gonna tell Riz. Listen, when you have a problem and somebody doesn't do what they signed on to do, we are going to get a lawyer. We are going to get a very good lawyer. Very good lawyers cost a little bit of change, but we can work our way up. We don't want to fight. We don't want to beef on social media. We don't want to post pictures. We don't want to do memes. We just want our money. And sometimes the best way to get your money is to hire somebody, call a lawyer, because they'll get you your money for you. Keep you out of trouble, right? Turning over a new leaf. That's what we're doing. But I still got her back, so the lawyers don't work. You already know. All right, yo, that is our time for this week. You got anything else you want to drop?
That's it, man. Make sure you tap in next week, 7 p.m. Vinci was good. 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time in the studio with the Red Boys. Tap in. We got producer self-service. Gonna be super dope, like Shah said. Got a couple Grammys. And also, like Shah said, I guarantee you there's one of your favorite joints.
At least one.
Yeah, so
At least one. All right, yo, listen, that is our time. We love you guys, and we are out. All right, deuces. Easy.